classification is being spotlighted. And so we have Miss Lamaya Southward, who's going to have a big game for those Boonville Lady Blue Devils. She can do just about anything. The range, unlimited. She can shoot the three. She can absolutely get it done in the mid-range, which is her specialty. And if she needs to get it on the inside, on the block, post-game, she can do that as well. She will be effective, but she'll need others to come along with her if they're going to be successful today.
Speaking of underclassmen, there's an 8th grader on that squad that's number 2 on the roster. Just keep an eye on her when she enters the ball game. She's pretty special as well. She's the 6th or 7th individual that comes off the bench. Now let's take a look at your starting lineups, brought to you in part by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. And we'll start first with the visiting side in the dark uniforms. That'll be Brooke Smith, McKinley Bennett, Aubrey Scott, Carson Sullivan, and Presley Ross under the direction of Coach Chris Higginbotham. And now for the Boonville Lady Blue Devils, they're 5. You already met Miss Southward. Now we'll meet the rest, directed by Coach Michael Smith. Also joining there, Kellen Johnson, Bella Nunley. That's another individual you need to keep your eye on, a multi-sport athlete there at Boonville. Rayleigh Jones and Camilla Hampton, those are the 5, again, for Coach Smith. Now let's glance at our Farm Bureau keys to the game for these two sides, Ray.
Yeah, honestly, you just need to keep the scoring low. Slow that game down if you're Belmont. You got to be sure to stay out of foul trouble. You had 2 players foul out of that game in the semis. You're going to need everybody. Anybody and everybody who's wearing a red or blue jersey, they have to be available. And then on the Boonville side, share the wealth offensively. Yes, Southward, she's the best player, obviously, but you have so much talent. Just do your part in sharing that rock and dominate the glass. You're going to have the size advantage, which means you can do damage on the inside offensively and defensively in the rebounding category.
And one thing about these two, you said it already, is the familiarity with this building. I mean, between the two of them, they've appeared in the state championship game 30 times between the two sides, 22 of those, of course, on the Belmont side. And it's again, incredible. It's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
And when you have it, that's what I wanted to see, that. Our guys pulled off the shot.
Yeah.
When you know where you're going, you know the measurements even from the top to the floor, and that's what Belmont has on display. But up next, it is the 3A gold ball for the girls to be handed out, and it'll all happen next right here on the NFHS Network.
Probably so familiar with each other, they could coach each other's teams. I asked him if playing in a matchup between 2 heavyweights adds anything to the game, and Smith said there is already too much pressure to worry about all that. And Chris Higginbotham on the Belmont side delivered a similar message. He said, we have all been here before. It just comes down to execution. Boonville going for their 6th gold ball. Belmont vying for a staggering 14th gold ball here today. Right?
Thank you, Matt. We certainly appreciate your knowledge and insight. We look forward to talking with you the rest of our broadcast. And as we get set for, we're almost right on time, too, maybe even a minute early for a tip. How about that?
Thanks to you for that.
I did nothing. If anything, I would probably have been the one that jinxed it and made it late.
Man.
All right, all white jerseys, Boonville. The dark blue are the Cardinal. And here we go. Game 3 of our coverage is underway. Let's see if these two that, again, know each other very well can get off to an interesting and close start. I want to see a close game throughout this for sure.
Yeah, Belmont's going to have to be very disciplined in this zone defense. Force tough shots from outside. Got to be contested shots, though. Can't just let them take wide open looks.
Southward, a long 3. That's exactly what Belmont needed, was a one-and-done trip.
If they can have that type of formula for most of this game, I think Coach will be very excited.
Presley Ross sprinted up the floor, handed it off to Aubrey Scott, and her shot, though, is also a one-and-done, and then she picks up a foul in the process against Nunley.
So that was one of the issues that Belmont had in the semifinal round. Way too many ticky-tack fouls. Told you we had 2 players foul out, but you also had 2 players with 4 fouls as well. So they have to be very careful here early on to not put this team in the bonus early.
Southward gets into the lane. She didn't have the best semifinal of her Miss Basketball career, but she's hoping to rectify that here today.
She's getting good looks so far, so even though the first 2 are misses, I like what she's doing.
Nice little curl cut, and that shot, unfortunately, won't fall for Sullivan.
They're working against that zone.
Lid still on both rims right now. 90 seconds in. Neither team has been able to scratch any points across just yet. And Nunley's shot Goes for an offensive rebound for Jones. How about a third try at it? Well, the underside of the backboard got that one.
Yeah.
Belmont dodges 4 looks at the basket, and on the other end, an offensive foul.
You love to see the excitement when somebody gets in there and gives up the body for the team, man, taking a charge. Always a great energy boost for your squad whenever they know you'll step in and absorb the contact.
He gets that change of possession, forces a turnover. I mean, that's all kinds of elements that fire up a fan base and a team. Nearly 2 minutes in. Will Southward get it rolling? No.
Took that one from the deep stripe on the 3 ball.
Yeah, there are 3 stripes if you're just tuning in. Southward gets a steal. And this time, a little close and uncontested for 2. There's that lid removed.
She has a great motor, too. A lot of times, you know, you'll expect your star player to kind of find their way into a rhythm. She's very aggressive. The rhythm, the motor, I love her intensity in this game.
That dark navy line is the high school line, the one these girls and guys will be shooting from behind. You'll see them shoot from behind the other 2 lines as well.
Yeah.
The middle one is the collegiate women's line. The far out line is the men's collegiate line. And sometimes it gets confusing when you're out there which one you're behind.
I think that white line is so dominant, too, in terms of color. I think it's the first thing that they see, and they automatically think, that's my 3-ball line, so I got to go for that one.
You got to wonder, is it because of the collegiate games that have been played? Although they're, you know, the majority of the games are played in here are the high school games.
Correct, correct. So, yeah, I'm not really sure why that stripe is there. I know that they may play 1 or 2 here a year, some semi-pro games, perhaps. But I don't know. I know it's confusing for some of these kids when they first step out here, though.
Bella Nunley.
You wouldn't have a problem from the white stripe, though. You'd be knocking those down.
Well, that's the only place I can shoot from. Free throw line, terrible from there. Mid-range jumper, awful. I can't dunk. So, yeah, the only thing I can live by is the 3-point line.
It's all right, we'll take that.
Look, 3-point line and no defense. That's all I'm good for. And half court. If we play half court, I'm even better. 5:10 to go. Belmont trails 4-0 early.
You see, Boone will trust their athletic ability. They're full-on man-to-man defense.
Right into the teeth of that defense. Southward blocks the shot and picks up a foul off of Presley Ross.
There's another one of those ticky-tacks that I was talking about, man. You're getting yourself in trouble. You're already with 4 team fouls. And listen, 2 of those have been 90 feet away from, you know, where they're trying to go. Those are unnecessary.
They've already got the rebound. No reason to try to take it from them. Nunley, long 3. Another offensive board, this one by Southward. And Belmont able to secure it. And they pick up a foul from the other end of the floor on Nunley this time.
Yeah, if you look at their stat sheet, and I'm talking Boonville now, if you look at their stat sheet from the semifinal game, it was really the same thing. 5 players, 4 fouls or more. So both of these teams have a problem when it comes to keeping their hands to themselves. They got to be aggressive, sure, but you got to move your feet. Move your feet.
A little leaner there. That one, I think that foul's going to go against. Yeah, it is going to go against you. Yeah, Aubrey Scott.
So a lot of times folks will think that the defensive player must be set for there to be an offensive foul. No, if you're out of control, that's a player control foul. That can absolutely go the other way.
And the old saying, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck.
There you go.
When you duck that shoulder, you're going to get a call 9 times out of 10. Southward with a little ball fake. Might have gotten away with some steps according to the Belmont reaction on the bench. Nunley's right elbow jumper. Goes into the table almost, and good save, protecting the media courtside.
And they certainly appreciate it down there. I got your back the whole broadcast.
I appreciate it.
Ball comes his way, I got us. Don't worry about it.
Coach Chris Higginbottom right now coaching Belmont, but says he could coach Boonville. I kind of would like to see the swap, see what would happen.
I think if you swapped them out, their basketball IQs are so great, they would definitely figure it out at some point.
First, second chance look here. Belmont keeping it alive. Only down 4-0 halfway through the first quarter.
Got a little run and jump here down the trap, forcing the issue. That is going to be a blocking foul. A little bit too much there on the baseline.
I believe Hampton is going to get the foul. Nope, gave it to Jones instead. Can Southward track this one down? Knocks it out of bounds. It'll actually, yeah, she forced the turnover.
Yeah, did just enough. Got in the way.
And there's Coach Michael Smith, of course. Boonville.
Yeah, that man is an absolute legend in Mississippi now for what he's done for both the girls and boys programs over in Boonville.
Well decorated.
And we were talking about the prominence of these programs. Fenton 3A champs, obviously 5 consecutive championship appearances for Boonville. That's incredible in itself, right? Then you talk about Belmont. You and I were talking about this in the back. 43 state tournament appearances in their school's history. 43. So if you do the math, if you just kind of break it down in probabilities, if you play for Belmont, doesn't matter when you played, at some point you're going to go to the state tournament. That's how efficient and how great this program has been historically.
And of those 43, 22 times in the state championship game, and then of those, 13 championships.
So you're saying there's a chance.
All that 1 in a million talk.
Yeah.
6-0 the score. Right now it's all Boonville. Belmont just trying to get on the board here. Get that 0 off of there. And it'll come from, no. Boy, I thought that was going down for Brooke Smith. She'll have to earn it from the line.
Touched every part of the rim except going through, but I do like what she was focusing on there. ISOing on the block. Took her a while to get into the paint, but hey, she stayed with it.
First foul, or first free throw by Smith is just off target. Not announcing the fouls. I don't know who that was on, if it was on Jones or if it was on Hampton. If it was on Jones, it'd be her second. Probably was on Hampton. Otherwise, we might see a sub already. Belmont finally on the board. They've taken the lid off. 6-1. And a bump from behind. Now she does have 2, if not 3.
And here comes that substitution you were talking about.
Yeah, that is her second. She'll come off.
And she definitely didn't like the call there, but hey, if you don't want to be called for that foul 90 feet away, you don't have to body up the ball handler that far. You can get back on defense. You can take a few steps back. Don't put the refs in a bad spot.
Here's the 8th grader I was telling you about. Adler Doran is, does not play at all like an 8th grader. Just watch her play the game. Gets involved immediately and forces the ball to go the other way.
Game is moving a little bit too fast for Belmont right now, offensively, believe it or not. They're kind of getting ahead of themselves. Got to slow it down just a little bit.
Deep 3. Doesn't go. Got a jump ball going the other direction for Belmont.
Like the confidence right there. Coming right in, Adler Doran to Boonville. Had a great look. Didn't hesitate at all. Now 2-2-1. Press here by Boonville.
Two and a half to go. Little floater on the baseline. Too strong by Brooke.
Nice little in and out right there.
Kellen Johnson got it ahead, and then extra pocket pass. Good for 2 to Jones.
That's great ball movement there by Boonville. Letting everybody touch it in transition. Good rhythm now for the Blue Devils.
And Coach Higginbottom has seen enough for this start. 8-1. Still haven't been able to find a field goal yet.
Good look by the 8th grader right there, understanding that she had the trees amongst her. Say, I'll get it to my teammate for the easy 2.
But you see what I'm saying? She does not play like an 8th grader.
She came right in rhythm. Very impressed. Was not hesitating when it came to the opportunity to take the 3 ball, which means she's confident in her shot. And the coach is confident in her as well, allowing her to take that shot. And then again, down in the paint, making the right basketball play. Some of that can be taught, absolutely, but then also some of that is just second nature basketball IQ, being gifted to play this game.
But then when you talk about nerves and an 8th grader, that's the crazy part, because you can't teach that either.
Now, we've seen that, though. We've seen that with this young lady now, with over at Olive Branch in the 6A classification, Kaylee Nix, leading them to a state championship, and she's their starting point guard. And so these young ladies, they've played enough basketball, coming up in the ranks where they feel like they can play with anybody.
And they'll select team as well. foul call. Let's check back in with Matt. He got a sneak peek in the Belmont huddle a moment ago. What'd you learn?
Brian, the very first thing that Chris Higginbottom said to his team, settle down. And something that he mentioned to me pregame was he felt like that 57-54 victory in the semifinals helped them get the nerves out and give them confidence about playing in this kind of setting. But you wonder if play against a team that's already defeated them 3 times this season, if those nerves are starting to hit again early in this game.
That's a great point.
Yeah, I mean, you know whether or not deep down if you feel like you can beat a team. Now, I'm not saying that these ladies don't think that, but I'm just telling you, in their hearts and minds already, they know whether or not they feel they have what it takes. So that plays a huge role. Now, can Boonville let them in the game? Absolutely. But it is what it is, man. They have lost to this team 3 times this year for a reason.
First time it was 69-47, then 86-60. And then the last meeting was closer, 59-48. So it feels like either they figured some things out or maybe it just, they closed the gap late. But either way, you have to draw something from that closer last meeting as a coach.
No, absolutely. And that is the job of the coaching staff, to remind their young ladies, hey, when we lost by 10, here are the things that we did well. Here are the things that we can build on. So when we get to this point and face them again, you can, take that move forward. And yeah, absolutely, you got to have a couple of things go your way here at the Big House, no doubt. A couple of runs would definitely be helpful. But at the end of the day, you're here in the championship game because you're one of the best. Now you got to go out and prove it.
Jump ball tie-up. Philpott, who just checked in a moment ago, loses the jump arrow to Deathridge. And all 4 points so far from the free throw line for Belmont. They've yet to score a field goal still, but only trail 8-4.
I will say this, Belmont has not allowed this game to get out of hand just yet. They're still keeping it close. Keep boxing out, keep getting it over half court, keep working through your sets, and good things can happen.
Stepping into the 3, a little bunny hop, unfortunately. Again, we always talk about it. Encouraged on the dance floor, maybe even at weddings and receptions, but not so much on the basketball floor.
I will say this. I like what Bennett did there, though. She stepped into it in rhythm. Yet, one too many steps. But that's the type of 3 ball that you want to take. Coming down in transition, nobody's accounting for you. You can pull up in rhythm.
Miley Stacks into the ball game for Boonville. She wears 33. Kellen Johnson in the semifinal had a teammate land on her, and her head split open. Wow. Like it was one of those wrestling matches, like WWE. I say wrestling because it's not the real stuff. But when the blood comes out, the blood's real.
Yeah, no doubt.
But the trainer had to come out, and then she ended up having to change jerseys because of the amount of blood that's been falling on the jersey. So she had a rough go, but she came right back in and still contributed.
Great passing here now by Belmont.
And back to the line will go Brooke Smith, where she's already 3 for 4. Both teams in the bonus.
See, that's what I mean. The way that you can attack this defense of Boonville, you keep that ball moving. What that has the Blue Devils focus on is their heads can't stand in one place. They can't just keep their feet still. You're making them move and use up energy, and then you get a quality look at the end of your possession.
Southward picked up the foul. Now Brooke Smith 4 of 5 from the line. Look at this, Ray. They're down only 3.
Whatever it takes, man. Listen. You just want to win the game. Nobody said you had to come and return the favor and win by 20. Just win by 1, whatever it takes.
Extra pass to the left wing. Philpott buries the 3.
That's a big shot. Stop the bleeding there, if you will. Cardinals got to get out, put a hand up.
Nearing 10 seconds to go in the quarter. They have the arrow as well. Can they go 2 for 1? Nope, travel in the corner. Too much pressure.
Look at that elbow 3. Full rotation. She knew it when it left her hands. Ultimate confidence.
Southward knocked down with 1.7 seconds left, and that'll send her to the free throw line. Well, that'll really get you for Coach Higginbottom.
Yeah, that'll tighten up the jaws a little bit for sure. Good job by Southward, though, to understand how much time she had left and got it going. She can get to the stripe and add some more points for the quarter rings.
First one by Miss Basketball is good. Southward now sitting at 3 of the 12. So the final first quarter margin is going to be 13-6. As that heave comes up short. At the end of 8 minutes, it's Boonville leading Belmont by 7 right here in Jackson on the NFHS Network. Before we do, let's check back in with Matt, who has a special guest.
Brian, joined now by Michael Walden. He is an agency manager with Farm Bureau Insurance. Michael, tell me about Farm Bureau's relationship with the MHSAA and why it's so special.
Well, we love to support our community. We love to support our men and women. We love to see these athletes come in and learn all the characteristics that it takes to be a successful person. They learn confidence, they learn stamina, they learn grit. All these things make them a great person in their life, and we love to support all of our teams.
It's a great mission, Michael. Thanks so much for your time, and enjoy the rest of your day, all right?
Thank you, sir.
All right, Brian, back over to you.
Thank you, Matt. They, of course, have one of the best traditions of all with the post-game banner.
Yes.
And that, to me, is the moment where the kids really realize, hey, we made it to the mountaintop. I know the gold ball is there, too.
Sure.
But when you get on campus, you see those banners before you see the
Banners,
trophies.
That's right, and all of their faces are on it. Those are the things that live forever.
Let's see who the foul was on.
Believe that one?
He's not announcing many of them today.
I think
so
it was 23, if I'm not mistaken.
Carson Sullivan will shoot free throws. If it's on Rayleigh Jones, that's her second as well. Crazy stat of the day. Still no made field goals for Belmont. All of their points from the 15-foot line.
Hey, they're like the Bee Gees, staying alive, man. That's all you care about right now.
If you start singing, then I might join in.
I thought about it. I didn't know how our friends in the truck would feel, so I said, let me keep it professional.
They've got a delay on there. They can take care of it. In the paint. Oh, a takeaway put back by Rayleigh Jones. Not worrying about her 2 fouls.
Yeah, that's that size advantage that Boonville has. They can play to that anytime they want, and they'll win it 10 times out of 10.
For you, what stat? Wow, that is a very ambitious three. I was going to ask you what stat stood out to you after 1 quarter on that sheet.
Yeah, to me, the fact that they're dominating like I thought they would. As you see Southwood lay it in there, offensively and defensively on the glass. Rayleigh James, 4 points, 5 rebounds. She is cleaning up the glass, and as a team, Boonville is just, like I said, dominating the glass work. So just as expected.
Little Windex action. And there's a block shot by Jones. Now we'll see another substitution as Pfeiffer will return. I mean, excuse me, Nunley.
Yeah.
Bella, in my brain, Bella Pfeiffer, Bella Nunley, you know. See enough basketball, it all runs together. The old handbag pass.
Nice little step.
A little contact, perhaps. Good job. They got the offensive rebound. Did Aubrey Scott, and then stolen away by Nunley. You said, would you get my name right, please? Southward got it, and the foul.
That's what I mean. She can take over a game whenever she wants. She had a wide open teammate for a 3-ball, but she knew she had a higher percentage coming up, and she was slashing to the lane for that 2.
Kinley Bennett picks up the foul. Southward now at 8 points in the contest. Definitely making up for her struggling semifinal with 9 first-half points early here.
Yeah, it's hard to get a great player like that to go back-to-back bad games. She knew that she had to step up and have a bigger one here in the championship round, and she's doing so right now.
Coach Higginbottom sensing things maybe creeping away a little bit, down 13 now.
It's a good timeout. While they are doing their thing at the free throw stripe, he understands that they have to get buckets. And at some point, if the game keeps going the way it is, they're going to have to start making threes to kind of cut into the deficit quicker. So he's just talking them through it. Listen, they're doing good things offensively. But just because you do good things in motion, making the right pass, doesn't mean you're getting good looks. They're wasting a lot of time just passing, but not actually looking for your shot. So I think he may be telling them that right now.
Matt just stuck his head in the Boonville huddle. Matt, what did you learn from there?
Head coach Michael Smith, very happy with this team. He said they're doing a great job. Get what you want play with confidence. I think that whole Blue Devil bench right now, pretty happy with the start for good reason.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's an easy huddle to be in right now.
Yeah, he's very relaxed, man. And he's right. You know what Matt said. Get what you want because everything is working for him right now.
A 1-2-2 action, it looked like, defensively. And great movement on that defense so far. Amazing what offense can do on your defensive confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. You make a couple of baskets, all of a sudden you can become the best defender in the world.
A one-and-done trip for Belmont. Boonville looking to push. Passing up a good shot to maybe get a great one on extra pass. This time it did not work out, though, for Doran. There's a block three ball.
Yeah, that's a great closeout right there on the elbow three. She took a little long time loading up there.
That was Southwood with a rejection. She launches from the other end. Comes up just short. Brooke Smith going amongst the trees. Oh, sorry, that was Presley Ross. You know, the ponytails cover the numbers. It's hard sometimes to see them.
Like that attack by Presley Ross, though, went right in there amongst the trees. Knew she was going to take contact. You can kind of see her bracing for it as she wrapped that ball up in two hands.
Rayleigh Jones now has 2 fouls. She'll come off for Miley Stacks. Presley Ross, one more free throw. As Belmont still searches for that first made field goal. If they could complement their free throws with some made shots, they would have a chance, you would think.
They haven't threatened Boonville in any way yet. They have to make them feel some type of pressure. Belmont has felt pressure in this game. Boonville just out here free-flowing. You have to do something offensively besides free throws to at least make them feel threatened, like, oh, yeah, they might have a chance to win this game.
Drive by Doran, and she'll go to the line.
That's a strong take. She was very decisive on that drive to the baseline.
Sullivan picks up her first. As the 8th grader Doran heads to the line. Now they're looking for her first points of the game. Smoothly sinks that one. 9 of 9 from the free throw line now is Boonville. I would say they're doing everything right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It doesn't matter if you get to a free throw shooting contest with them. They can do that too.
Another block three by Southwood. She's had multiple block threes.
The length is just too much. You know, when you got Southwood in front of you, you think that you can get your shot off quickly, but her arms are so long, she just does a righteous contest and forces you to shoot an air ball.
Halfway through quarter number 2. Southward from about 16 feet away. Rattles out. Belmont would just love to see the ball go through the hoop in the normal play of the game, and there it is.
Right on cue. Understanding that Rayleigh Jones is on the bench, so like their best inside defenders no longer on the floor, go right at her back up. That's how you do it, off the glass, strong.
Miley Stacks with the foul. First made field goal comes at the 3:39 mark of quarter number 2. Still down 13 is Belmont. Always the extra pass, and that results in Kellen Johnson's first made three.
Kellen Johnson was in rhythm. She was waiting on that one. Had her feet set. Was already halfway up when the ball touched her hands.
Another turnover, and then turned right back over. Three for Belmont. Still can't find the range from long range. And then the rebound, stepping out of bounds with it, was Southwood.
Yeah, that was right here in front of us. Look at that rhythm. Set shot, beautiful stroke. Feeling.
Another take to the rack by Aubrey Scott. Maybe she should keep doing that.
That was a tough lay-in as well. She had to go an unorthodox finish. Got it down there. We got to travel on the other end.
Too quick of step there by Doran. It's 25-11. Belmont starting to feel a little bit more energy in the building now. Their fans have been waiting for something to cheer about.
They've given them something here these last two possessions. I like what they're doing on the inside. I think they definitely should continue giving her the look.
That ball goes up and will come plinkoing down the backside of the backboard.
Yeah, that was a bad angle. Honestly, just a bad shot.
Suddenly brings it up the floor. Two and a half minutes to play in quarter number 2. Southward feeling it. Doesn't get it, but the putback by Stacks will go.
Stacks says, I want to get in on the action. You're not just going to come at me on one end and not expect some payback. That's what I'm talking about.
Got the position. Brooke Smith picks up her second foul. Miley sends it home, and now we'll get subbed out. 3 points for her. Into the game, Jaslyn Philpott. A little over 2 minutes to go until halftime. Boonville, 17 points, starting to stretch that lead even further here.
And quietly stretching it. Like you feel like you're in the game with them at one point, but if you aren't paying attention to the scoreboard, you'll look up and say, how did we get down 20? Good look inside.
And another finish by Aubrey Scott.
There's the formula. You've seen what's working for you now. You must continue to go with this pick and roll game. Give and go. What a great look. Even better finish. How about that?
Philpott picks up her third foul. She'll come right back off. Back in is Miley Stacks. So you got a couple of ladies for Boonville, and that's what you alluded to. That was one of their Achilles in the first semifinals, was foul trouble.
Yeah, just hacking away like crazy, man. But I think, you know, they do have good depth over there in Boonville, so it's not the biggest concern, but also you don't want to put this team in the bonus to let them come back in the game while the clock isn't moving. Like, that's the only way they can get back in the game, if they're scoring while the clock is frozen.
A near steal, but Nunley gets it around the horn. Back up top it goes to Doran.
Showing good patience here in this half-court set.
Under 90 seconds to go, and Southward launches and connects.
That's what patience will do for you. They did an awesome job kicking that ball around the perimeter, inside a couple of times, back out, good penetration, leading to the 3 ball.
Southward missed her first 4 threes. She makes that one, and she's got a game-high 12. We got a palindrome on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, 31-13. Another deep 3. That one had a shot altered by Nunley. She didn't get a piece of it, but she got near it.
Boonville's got the numbers here on this fast break.
Oh, Southward took it herself, kicks it into the corner. Doran's 3, no. Stacks the backside rebound, gets tied up with it, and it'll go over to Belmont. Good job by Aubrey Scott being in the right spot.
They're playing hard. You can't take, listen, you can't take that away from Belmont. They are playing hard. Things aren't falling for them. You know, from long range, they're finding a little bit of rhythm on the inside, but they are absolutely competing.
Beautiful lob inside. Southard slid over to try to defend Aubrey Scott, but fouled her in the process. Her second.
Aubrey Scott is having quite the quarter. The true bright spot here for the Lady Cardinals.
It's almost like you wish if you were Coach Higginbottom, you could go back to the game plan of the first quarter. And
Yeah.
of course, the foul trouble is what's led to this and
Sure.
putting some of the height on the bench.
If you can get your ladies to buy in the second half, that we must go inside to Scott. She's going to get fouled or make the bucket, and then off these made shots, we full court press. We need the ball back. Possessions are what we need right now.
Aubrey 2 out of 4 from the line. They nearly force a turnover, and they do. McKinley Bennett will try not to give it back. And dude, who's the foul going to be on? Might be on Southwood. No, they go against Brooke Smith. That'll be her third.
There's the trouble. You're going to have so many players with 2 and 3 fouls when we get into that third quarter that you're going to see a lot of new faces late in the second half.
Brooke will have to come off for the last 18 seconds so she doesn't pick up a 4th foul. And into the game, Deathridge will return. Down to 10 seconds. Nunley has it tipped away, able to regather it. Now down to 5 seconds. If Boonville wants to get something off, it's got to be now. Nunley's shot comes up short. An entertaining first half, but it is all Boonville so far in this one, just like the previous 3 meetings. A 31-15 halftime lead for the Lady Blue Devils. We're going to send it down to Matt Enfield. He's going to catch up with the head coach of the Lady Blue Devils.
Joined now by head coach of Boonville, Coach Dominant. First half, what are you most pleased with?
I thought we were pretty good defensively for the most part. We let them get 3 field goals in the half. We did a lot of silly fouls that we really need to cut out because we got in a lot of foul trouble. I think both teams did right off the start. There's so much adrenaline and emotion involved in it. Sometimes it's hard to harness that, and we've done our share of it.
Coach, good luck in second half. Appreciate your time.
Thank
Brian,
you, Matt.
back over to you. Yep.
Thanks, Matt. Thank you, Michael. We appreciate both of you.
As you go 3-0 in the regular season, you kind of expect that same type of dominance, and they've been doing so with their best players, making sure they are effective inside and out. Belmont's got some work to do, but they've shown some good things late in the second quarter.
Those highlights will showcase that as well here. We'll start first, of course, with Boonville.
Yeah, Boonville, you heard their coach say it, getting anything and everything that you want. Keep doing that. With Southward, with Steele early on, finding herself in good rhythm. Sharing the rock, the 8th grader handing it off for a lay-in. Everything working. One of the best slashers in the game with the angle for the lay-in. And yeah, they can get it done from the land of good and plenty too. 3 balls. All
Kellen Johnson. Oh, yeah. I love that celebration. It kind of looks like a land shark, I guess.
Sure. And then for Belmont, yeah, they finally found a good rhythm on the inside. They found the weakness once they got the Blue Devils in foul trouble, and they had to go to their second unit. There was a good drop-off, so they realized we can get what we want on the inside, and so they've been doing so. I think they should stick with that moving forward.
Yeah, that was Aubrey Scott who had that impressive little run there privately, if you will, for Belmont. We'll see if they can continue that comeback charge in the second half, and we'll come back with your halftime stats next here on the NFHS Network. To the Mississippi Coliseum. It is a halftime lead of 16, and now we're going to take a look at some of those halftime stats. They always tend to tell the story in a ball game as we glance at those.
Yeah, for sure. I think what you'll find here is that the higher percentage is just absolutely going to go with Boonville. Now, on the rebounds, a little bit shocking, that's about even. Belmont has done a good job with their second chance opportunities. They're going to have to warm it up, though, when it comes to that 3 ball. That's going to be absolutely necessary because Boonville is up a bunch, and you're going to need a bunch to get back into this game.
So what's your message right now?
My message to Belmont is you found some things working on the inside, but now you're going to have to trust that this work you put in the offseason will work if you start taking some outside shots. You're going to need them. 2s are not going to get it done at this point in the game.
More impressively, too, you got free throws 10 for 10.
Yeah.
They haven't missed. I mean, it's literally like they haven't done anything wrong.
And so now, you know, as you go down the stretch and you try to foul this team to slow the game down, that's not going to help either because they're going to convert on those, too.
It's been a long conversation in the locker room, so in just a few seconds, hang with us. We're going to get to the head coach, of course, Coach Higginbottom, and find out what his message was to his girls with Matt. Of course, we also have another dandy coming up in 3 on the boys' side.
That'll be a fun one, too. You and I are going to have that one as well. We're going to see some really good athletes. We're going to see some really good shooting from St. Stanislaus, so we'll see how that goes as well.
The Rocket Jaws, one of my favorite mascots in all of the MHSA. Let's kick it down to Matt, who has now the head coach.
All right, Belmont head coach Chris Higginbottom, down 16, just quite simply, what was the message in the locker room?
Well, the biggest thing, we got to make some free throws and make some shots and rebound the basketball. We're only getting one shot and done. Right now, our percentage is not very high. I don't feel like we're playing with a lot of energy. We've got to play a lot harder if we're going to be able to compete in the second half.
Thanks for your time, Chris. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Matt. When we come back, it'll be time for the second half. Will it be Boonville hanging another banner, or can Belmont get it done? Right here, but we got 2 more quarters of basketball action to go as Boonville comes right out of the locker room, goes right to the rack, misses in the first opportunity, and the defensive rebound is pulled out of there by Belmont.
Both teams had 5 players with 2 or more fouls in the first half. That cannot be a duplicate, especially for Belmont in the second.
Another block shot by Boonville. Belmont in search of some offense, not just from the free throw line. They did finally get 3 made field goals late in that second quarter. They went an entire quarter and a half without one. And their attempts from long range have just been that, attempts.
She's getting good looks. They just aren't falling for it sometimes. That's how it goes. Great left hand spin.
Southwood change. Oh my goodness.
Changing hands as you get ready to elevate. That's fancy right there.
Showcasing some ambidextrousness. There it is.
In and out crossover. Switching to the left hand. Feeling it. Let's go.
Southward converts the 3-point play. She's got 15 and has tied Belmont's team total.
See Boonville rather, picking up the pace here defensively. Going 3/4 court, man-to-man defense.
Now that those that were in foul trouble are back in the game, can they go back to Aubrey Scott in that give-and-go game that was working?
That's a good screen right there.
Another block shot. Just in case you're wondering, basketball is a contact sport.
Absolutely. Belmont's not going to be happy with that call. They thought it should have gone the other way. You saw the young lady's lips there, saying she's not impressed with the officials.
You read lips really well.
Yeah, well, she didn't say that, but
Nunley. 2 teammates fighting for the rebound. The winner of the fight was Rayleigh Jones, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
yeah, you got Rayleigh Jones back in the game. She was dominant in the first quarter before she got into foul trouble. Just cleaning the glass, and so now that she's back in there, it's going to be really, really difficult for Belmont to compete on the glass now.
Rayleigh converts the first free throw. She's and the team are still, you know what, from the line.
Yeah.
I don't want to jinx him. We already pointed it out
Well,
graphically.
I mean, let's see what happens now.
Okay.
Hang on.
Yep, see, I told you. I didn't even say it. I mean, that's the power that we have.
That's
the
so
microphone.
good, man. That is so good. If Coach asks us about that, I'm just like, look, it's your guy right here.
Yep, I'll take full responsibility for that one. Southward. And Johnson play catch around the perimeter it goes. Hampton gets an easy lay-in.
Hampton was in foul trouble as well in that first half, and so now, you know, the full starting 5 back out on the floor, all the firepower for the Lady Blue Devils. And you can see that lead starting to balloon here.
And there's a miscommunication moment that will travel out of bounds, and another turnover by Belmont.
You know, Coach Higginbottom, he can't really yell about it because, again, they're doing the right things. They're trying to stay true, travel there. They're trying to stay true to their system offense. They're trying to make the right pass, the right play. They're taking the right shots. Things just aren't going your way, and sometimes that's just the way it is, man. It's not your night.
You know, you get the full 10-minute visit, and then when you come out of the locker room and things don't go and you have to burn yet another timeout just 2 minutes in, got to be frustrating for Coach Higginbottom.
It is, and like I said, you know, it's not for lack of effort. I'll continue to say Belmont is doing the right things, just isn't going for them right now.
Let's check back in with Matt.
Right, something to kind of further that conversation that Chris Higginbottom told me pregame was that this team had no superstars, no highlight reel players. They just played really well together, which sounds great until you're down 22, and then you could probably use one of those star players.
It would be nice.
No question.
Great point.
No question, man. When you get to this point in the game, you have to look at one person, maybe 2, and say, go and get me a couple of buckets. You know, I love system offense, and I love playing together just as much as the next person. It's what gets you here. But sometimes you need a thoroughbred to just say, yep, I'll go get us 5 or 6 points in a hurry and force that other team to use a timeout.
5 straight championship game appearances. They've won 3 of the last 4, 22, 23, and 25, talking about Boonville. And the only one they didn't win was in 24 when Belmont won it.
Yeah.
So
again, we're watching 2 real blue bloods, the top of the charts when we're talking about 3A basketball.
another block shot. And Southward pulls in the rebound. And almost carried with it. And a late call, but yep.
Yeah, they got it.
That was the right one.
They got her for it. And you see there's no complaint. She's got a little smirk on her face like, yeah, you got me.
I thought I got away with it.
Yep.
She thought maybe the hundreds of referees in the stands might have not been able to distract the ones on the floor.
Great hands right here.
Kellen Johnson with the steal. Southward, passed up a good look and a 3-second violation.
Oh.
Buried 3 in the corner.
They had it all drawn up perfectly, too. Shared that rock over there in the corner.
Rare turnover for Boonville. Haven't made many mistakes today. Belmont just hasn't had any answer offensively. They've played decent defensively.
Yeah, for sure.
Just hadn't gotten shots to fall.
They have done good things. You're not going to be able to go back to the locker room and say, you know, guys, y'all didn't even show up to play. They did. They did. The ball just won't go in the basket for them. And they're playing against a superior team.
Those are going to have to go to the free throw line again. And that'll be Camilla Hampton's 3rd, I believe.
I do appreciate that Aubrey Scott's not waiting for this game to get later on into the 4th quarter to kind of turn it on. She's understanding that she had a really good first half, that she can pick it up right where she left off. So kudos to her for attacking the basket.
First free throw is up and good. Aubrey Scott continues her assault on the nets. Now she's flipped into the floor. She now has 9 of the 16. Triple team of defenders swats the ball out of play and looked like Hampton might have touched it last. Ball turned back over to Belmont. Aubrey Scott did not sense Nunley coming. Able to regather it though, and then she picks up a foul.
Yeah, it's one of those ticky-tacks. Got to keep your hands to yourself if you're Boonville. There's no need for you to be gambling and reaching.
Nunley's
20 plus.
Yep, Nunley's got 3, and she just gave a thumbs up to Coach Johnson. Said, no, I'm good. Don't get me out. I'm good. I won't foul again. I promise. Runner on the baseline, just tips off of Lady Blue Devil.
Again, that was a great move. That was a great play. Had the angle, just couldn't get it to fall.
Another foul drawn. This one on Jones should be her 3rd, maybe 4th. I can't. Yeah, so 3 for her, 3 for Nunley, 3 for Hampton. They all came into this quarter with 2, so they've all picked up the 3rd now. Carson Sullivan will shoot 2.
Luckily, they were up 20-plus points because that gives you a way more smoother head coach than Michael Smith. I would imagine if this game was maybe a 5, 6, maybe even 10-point game, he'd be like, come on, ladies, what are we doing right now?
Philpott will get one of those foulees in Rayleigh Jones. She'll get a breather. Only gone 3 deep off the bench for Boonville. For Belmont, just 1 deep off the bench. Rebound will stay on this end. And they take advantage of the lay-in on the inbound.
Great look off the inbound right there. Being ready, being available.
Carson Sullivan has 4 now. Out of control lay-in attempt by Philpott. And now we've got an injured Lady Blue Devil. Left ankle she pointed at, really struggling to get up.
You didn't see what happened there, but she
Camille Hampton's really hurting.
called for some help immediately when she went down.
Having trouble putting pressure on it. It's never good to see a young athlete get injured. The great news is there are plenty of trainers on hand here.
I like that she was able to make it over there for the most part under her own power.
She stepped on it.
Rolled it. Yep.
Yeah. Mercy.
Yeah, that's never a great feeling. She's already kind of getting back up on her feet trying to walk it off. That's a good sign.
Southward picks up a foul. That'll be her 3rd.
All right, Carson Sullivan forcing the issue a little bit, but listen, that's what it takes when you're down this many points. She's starting to come alive.
.345 to go. Sullivan lines it up. And knocks it home. .12 of 21 for Belmont. 12 of 13 for Boonville from the free throw line. She makes both. Oh, and nearly stole it away. Ties it up. They do have the possession. How about that hustle from Presley Ross?
That's what it takes. That's what it takes. You need to win every possession. Obviously, you're not going to win every possession, but you have to have that mindset that anytime you can take one away from them, that's going to get you back in the game that much quicker.
Boy, you really got to capitalize by scoring on this one.
For sure.
3:35 to go. Will the first 3 finally fall? No, it doesn't go over the backboard, and that is another jump ball. This one will go back over to Boonville.
Heck, Sullivan had a really good look, though, on that far side 3 ball. Just couldn't get it to go.
0 for 7 now from long range. Be a moment when the clock starts to become a factor in this one. Doran is back in the game, the 8th grader for Boonville. And did the foul occur on the floor? I believe it did.
Yeah, they called it on the floor. Great move there by Nunley.
I think they called it on Sullivan, her 3rd. Yep, oh yeah, got her good.
She wanted those 2, man.
Look, she earned her foul, I respect that. Southward. Kind of out of control a little bit when she got to the basket, but don't worry, Molly Stacks is there for the putback.
Stacks says, I got you back. The putback.
Check in with Matt, who has an update on Miss Hampton.
Yeah, Brian, Kabaya Hampton just left the game. Looked like a really nasty ankle injury. I saw her behind the basket. She was jogging a little bit, hopping on that left ankle, went back to the bench. I think she's going to come back to the game. Obviously, change of direction will be the real test for how good the ankle actually feels. But for how bad it looked, probably worst case scenario avoided.
That's good news.
You can kind of see her staying loose over there. Won't have a seat, standing, just in case she gets a chance to check back into this one.
And obviously, no offense, but she's not needed right now, up
True.
18.
Very
so
true.
If you don't have to risk it, I know she wants to be back in there. Get it. Completely understand. She is still a junior, so she's got another year. Sullivan's 2nd free throw. Also kicks out. Timeout called by Boonville prior to the ball being knocked out of Doran's hands. And the Lady Blue Devils will burn one of their timeouts, their first timeout taken of the ball game.
Needed timeout there for Boonville. Had the young lady cornered right over here in the what I call the dead area. So Coach Smith saw that and said, yeah, let's stop it here and talk about it. They've been doing a good job, though, burning good time. We're at 2.5 minutes left in the third. For Boonville, they don't need anything else. they can just burn the clock. Now, obviously, you don't want to pass up a wide open shot, quality looks. But for them, it's all about being patient, burning time, and not fouling to slow this game down.
Crazy as these two teams, you talk about their losses for, first we'll talk about Boonville. Their losses are to 6A Olive Branch, 7A Starkville, 4A Choctaw Central, and Florence, Alabama, a 7A school over there. They only lost by 4.
And they lost to 2 champions here in Mississippi.
Yeah.
I don't know what Florence, Alabama does over there, but they lost to 2 champions in Mississippi and a powerhouse in Choctaw Central.
Meanwhile, on the Belmont side, they lost obviously to Boonville 3 times. Tishomingo County, another.
There you go.
And Walnut and Alcorn Central from 2A and 3A. 2:28 to go in the third quarter. Ball knocked out of the hands of Johnson. It'll stay possession to Boonville. And look at this. Here she comes. Kamai Hampton back in the game.
It's tough, man. Tough player.
And they'll go right to her, but yeah, lost the grip on it. They'll reset it. Johnson, favorite spot over there from the 3 land. Another tie-up rebound. There have been 3 of those here recently. Aubrey Scott's been involved with 2 of them.
Aubrey Scott's been playing really well today.
Just over 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Good give and go again, and that will result in 2 more free throws. And guess what? Hampton just picked up her 4th.
Yeah, it's tough. She feels like she didn't do anything. But kudos to Belmont. They're trying to force the issue in making the refs blow the whistle. If they're making that call, 9 times out of 10, you force the issue. Take it to the rack.
Oh, Preston Ross got the deadening on the heel of the rim. Stacks back in again. One of the super subs for Coach Johnson. Speaking of Coach Johnson, Amanda Johnson, congratulations again from Boonville. She won the teacher raffle from Mississippi, or excuse me, College of Career Savings of Mississippi. And
It's $1,000, right?
it is. Last year they only did 500. This year they did 1,000 and gave it to the teachers, and they can use it in the classroom for supplies. They can use it any way they see fit to hand that money out at their school. Really neat.
We'll find Miss Johnson.
I think you have to be a member of Boonville
Okay, I
High
got it.
School.
I got it. I got it.
I don't
Okay.
think you're eligible.
Gotcha.
Much like our eligibility here at trying to play one of these games. Returning Rayleigh Jones. This quarter, guess what? It's even at 8.
That's just one of those in Southwood where she realizes, like, hey, I hadn't put a shot up in a minute, and they're trying to make a mini run. Let me see what I can do now on the end to get to the free throw line.
Presley Ross picks up her 3rd, sending Southward back to the line where she is now 5 for 5.
Really impressed, man, with both of these teams, but especially Boonville, of how consistent they are at the stripe.
Especially today, they have really looked strong. If you're just tuning in, 14 of 15 from the charity stripe.
It's not bad, man.
Belmont has made 15 free throws, but they've had 26 attempts. Ball fired ahead. Oh, goodness. McKinley Bennett crashed into the media table. Looks like she's okay, and that 3 ball rebounded by Nunley. Shoved back out to Johnson. Tried to force one inside and got another jump ball. Possession will stay with Boonville.
They were trying to go inside there to Rayleigh Jones. There was a lot of traffic.
Oh, wide open Southward. Got undercut. Still scored it.
Great inbound play there. Able to create space for their best player. She absorbs the contact on the way up.
Brooke Smith also picked up her 4th foul.
You would think that everybody would be looking for the best player on the floor, but hey, when you drive one that good, credit those young ladies for executing that play.
So off comes Brooke. Brooklyn Dill comes in. As Lamaya Southward, Miss Basketball, gets it to go. She's got 20 in the contest now. Making it pretty easy for player of the game choice.
Yeah.
Don't normally like to give that away too early, but
Spoiler alert.
yes,
Yeah.
she's got it.
Spoiler alert. Probably could have told you that in the pregame, to be honest with you.
She has it on lockdown. Well, not based on her semifinal appearance, though. She did not play that well in the semifinals. Based on her level of what she expected.
No doubt.
Rebound kicks into the corner and then thrown away. Aubrey Scott tried to get it to go. A third try at it now, but before got a foul coming again on Boonville.
I think that was going to be on. Yeah, it's on Southwood.
She's got 4 now.
That'll be the only thing that can stop Lamaya Southwood today.
Yeah, foul out.
But one thing we know about Boonville, they don't believe in taking fouls home. Now, I'll tell you that. Between this game and the
That
last
is
one,
accurate.
they don't believe it. It's like timeouts. Use them, man.
Southwood will exit with those 4 fouls. Making sure she doesn't foul out in the third quarter of a 20-point lead, of which she has 20 points. Ross cuts it to 19 with a half minute to play in the third. The only thing left to decide in this one, it feels like it's the final margin. And not sure what the whistle is for.
Yeah,
maybe
not sure.
Maybe it was inadvertent.
If it wasn't a foul, they still got to get it over fairly quickly.
Oh, mercy. Now that comes right back to you for Nunley. She meant to throw that right off of her head. And then she threw it away. Turning into a
Yeah, things getting a little sloppy out here now.
helter-skelter. Another steal. Doran fires it. Oh, just misses. We played 3, headed to the final 8 minutes in just 60 seconds here on the NFHS Network. It's Boonville 44, Belmont 25. Wait until about the halfway point of the fourth quarter, maybe in about 2 minutes to go, to tell you who the player of the game is. But when it's this dominant, it's usually easy. We just teased it a minute ago.
Spoiler alert. Unless you're just now joining us, Lamaya Southwood has been dominating all game. So far, she has 20 points on the night, 4 rebounds to go with that, and she has 4 fouls. Got to mention that because, again, she's not taking them home with her, but she's been able to do it both inside and out. A tremendous, tremendous player. She is our player of the game.
And, of course, she's missed basketball for 3A, so she had a lot to expect in this game herself.
For sure.
She lived up to those expectations. That's
Yes, she did.
the hard thing to do sometimes.
It is, man. Sometimes, listen, there's a lot of pressure that comes with all these accolades that come with these young men and women. And like you said, she didn't have the greatest game in the semifinal round, so for her to come out and answer the bell the way she did, kudos to her.
And, folks, I got bad news for the rest of 3A. She's only a junior.
She'll be back for more.
She's back. Putback goes. I believe that was Aubrey Scott.
Yeah, it was. It was. She's playing hard, too, man. Look at her getting after it on the defensive end as well. No quitting that young lady.
Love to see it. Starting 5 out there for both sides, -1 noticeable absence. The young lady we just mentioned. And Southwood, she sits on the bench with those 4 fouls. Johnson looks for another land shark 3, doesn't go.
Good pass. Better pass.
Better rebound and put back. Hampton.
That was a full possession right there.
Ankle's in good shape.
Yes, it is.
She's got 4 fouls, too. Still cannot buy one from long range.
Not for lack of effort. That was a good look. It was the right shot. Just didn't go for Sullivan.
0 for 8 now. Skidding to a stop, which is a travel in most books. And it is here. Got boys action coming up next. Quitman and St. Stanislaus, the Rocket Chaws and the Panthers.
I got a feeling you're going to enjoy saying that mascot name.
Oh, that's my favorite one. That one and the Conquistadors
Come on
of
now.
Olive Branch.
Come on now.
Those are two of my faves. There's some others. But those are the two that. There's double dribble.
Yep.
Forgot she had picked it up.
Just getting a little ahead of themselves.
Folks, she's just an 8th grader. But if I had not told you that, you would have not thought that, based on the way she plays the game. Higginbottom I think he got the timeout before the walk. He did. Ball possessed on the way down. It's always nice job. I mean, you love this, and that's what you see from well-coached teams. Despite the score being so lopsided one way, Higginbottom and his Belmont Lady Cardinals, they're not slowing down. They're not stopping. They're still running the offense and the defense on both ends.
These young ladies love ball. That's all you can ever ask for. Players that love to play the game. Now, everybody wants to win, but there can only be one winner. So when you're on the court, you must compete.
We'll come back with continuing coverage here. One of the glass windows. I appreciate those guys.
It would not be a clean shot like we just saw, right?
Not nice and smooth like that. You would need some Dramamine or some type of anti-motion sickness medicine after watching me try to fly one of those things. Full team effort here on the production side of the NFHS network, still searching for that first 3 ball. And unfortunately, Carson Sullivan got the rebound, but she landed out of bounds with it.
Yep, again, just a step too late, step too far, a little bit short on the jumpers. Just isn't their day. And again, just looking at the score, man, it's really tried and true to what's happened throughout the season between these two teams. Facing off 3 times, 20-point wins in 2 of those matchups, 11-point victory in the 3rd. So this is right on cue, to be honest.
Belmont snuck by OLA, Our Lady Academy, in the semifinals, while Boonville had a tough go against Pisgah for a while before they finally pulled away and only won by 9. So, I mean, it could have been a different matchup altogether.
Pisgah's a really good team, too, by the way. They played well against Boonville. Some folks were kind of talking to us off to the side, especially me, saying that probably was the championship without, having it in its place. But, yeah, Pisgah's a really good team. Good pass.
Good finish by Rayleigh Jones.
Good pass by Dora in there.
She's got 4 assists now.
This young lady has really good basketball IQ.
Foul number 4 on Jones. So now there are 3 with 4.
Look at the nice smooth give there by the 8th grader.
A little underhand scoop.
Yeah, man.
She'll check out, and back in comes the other foul-plagued individual, Lamaya Southworth. So now all 3 ladies that have 4 fouls are out there on the floor together.
I don't know about that one, Hubie.
Yeah, she asked me what did I do, and she the only thing I can think of, she stood still. And so she's fouled out, as Jones.
I think you jinxed that too, for the record, though. You literally said.
Absolutely. I'll take full blame again. She's just a junior. She has tears now, but
man.
She's about to have some happy tears in about 4 minutes and 35 seconds.
Yeah, nobody wants to foul out of the game for sure, but she'll be able to change those tears, at least the vibes that come behind them in about 4.5 minutes.
There are only 2 seniors on this roster, and that speaks highly of the level of skill and level of what you're going to see talent-wise next year from Boonville.
Yeah, for sure. That's always like the worst feeling if you're an opponent in the 3A classification. You're like, yes, they won. They're going to get them out here and be our turn next year. And no, they're going to reload.
And 2 is what, an 8th grader? What?
Yeah.
That can't be right.
They're going to reload.
I'd like an age verification check, please.
5, 6 straight appearances in the final. It's like clockwork for them. So many teams fight to get here just for like the first time in their team's history, in their school's history. For Boonville, this is old hat.
Well, I love the stat you dug up in the 43
Oh my goodness.
tournament appearances. Basically, if y'all missed our conversation earlier, it's if you get a chance to play Boonville basketball for Coach Michael Smith, there's a good chance you won't just make it to the tournament once, maybe twice, maybe all 3 years.
Yeah.
Or in the case of Doran, all 5 years.
Yeah. For both of these teams.
Yeah.
If you play for Belmont or Boonville, at some point during your high school career, you're going to play in the big house. That is an absolute blessing of a luxury that you have when you play basketball at the high school level, that you can say, oh, I play for Boonville. Oh, well, how many championships did you win? That's going to be the question for these young ladies.
I'm glad you kindly corrected me without saying you're dumb and wrong. I was speaking of Belmont, and I got my brain tied up with Boonville there, of course. Belmont's the one with all the 43 appearances, but Boonville is no slouch either, too, making a bunch of appearances, too, especially here lately, playing for the championship.
I would never degrade you. You're my teammate. We uplift each other out here.
Oh, there's a backcourt violation. Great job of running clock there, a minute and a half off the clock.
That's your only objective right now if you're Boonville. If you get a layup, wide open because no one's paying attention, that's one thing. But for the most part, it's your job to just take this thing on home as quickly as possible.
Gold ball ceremony coming up. Can they finally get the first three? No.
I mean, she's been on target. It's just a hair to the
Slightly
left,
off,
hair
yeah.
to the right.
Now Boonville goes back into the stall tactics and running clock here. Very hard foul by Aubrey Scott. Let's check back in again on the sideline with Matt.
Brian, happy tears, 2 minutes, 39 seconds away on the Boonville side. On the other side, the Belmont bench right now, tears of agony and defeat as it's starting to settle in that this run will not end with a goal ball for the Cardinals.
Yeah, it's never easy when that realization moment comes.
Yeah, man, you work so hard to get to this point. And listen, no matter how many championship appearances these teams have, when you lose in the championship game, it hurts. And you can have a ring on your finger as you walk in here. You can literally have 1, 2 rings on your finger. It will still hurt when you know you've come this far because every year, every team is different. There's going to be a freshman on the team, somebody who transferred in who didn't get a chance to taste that glory that you guys experienced last year. So it always hurts when you lose at this level.
Every year since 2021, one of these two teams has won the title.
So they got rings.
Yeah.
The only way you don't have a ring is if you're a freshman or if you're transferring in from somewhere.
Or Doran, who's an 8th grader.
Or if you're an 8th grader, yeah. But she's about to get one.
She is.
Imagine her going back to Boonville. I guess it's Boonville Middle School. Everybody else is going back to Boonville High. She's going to go back to Boonville Middle School. And they say, what'd you do during spring break?
Won a state championship.
Won a state championship.
Got a ring. No biggie. Played in the big house.
Yeah.
Little hand check foul by Bennett. That'll be their 3rd personal, I believe, as a team.
What did you guys do? I ate cereal and played video games. What'd you do? Won a championship.
Yeah, the last time, it's been a long time since I've had cereal.
You know what? I think you're right. Same.
I will be honest, I have had a Pop-Tart, though.
Oh, man, Pop-Tarts are gold.
They're the breakfast of champions.
Those are gold. My wife keeps Pop-Tarts in the house.
Okay,
You can
good.
never go wrong with those.
As long as it's not just me and me alone. Let's take a look at our move of the game for today. What they dig up out of the truck in this game. There's so many to choose from. Oh, this was nice.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you got to go with 15. Been a spark plug since the word go, and that was a great inbound play by those Lady Blue Devils. And because of that play and so many others by 15, they're about to pick up another gold ball to take back to North Mississippi. Very impressive. Prentice County, be proud of those young ladies in Boonville.
It'll shorten that trip for sure.
That's a long way, man.
It's
My
not a
goodness.
short trip, but it'll feel a little shorter
Yeah,
today.
yeah, you'll be able to tell jokes and laugh and, have a good time on the way back.
Oh, goodness. Got knocked out by Brooke Smith, which would be her 5th. Or will it be? Nope, they just said no foul. Okay, that's good. 94 seconds to go. Boonville going to try to run the rest of the clock out here. Southward. Oh, ball poked free. She gets it back. Nope. Taken away. Oh, boy, that's an unfortunate over and back violation. Just trying to find a teammate.
Still playing hard, though. I appreciate it. I do.
Love it.
Still competing.
Now here comes the other senior. Picked up by the 8th grader.
Love that.
That's Mikayla Pippins coming in. She and Hampton are the lone seniors on this squad. And if they could get her some points, how cool would that be?
Yeah, we got to get her a look for sure. To me, she's the only person allowed to shoot in this last minute.
Absolutely. She's going to be a part of back-to-back state championships, that's for sure. There's the 5th and final foul on Brooke Smith.
These young ladies at Boonville are going to need like a ring box, a ring closet. I don't know how you describe it, man. They're going to have a place where they keep all this jewelry just secure.
McKinley Bennett's the only real senior as well on this Belmont side that puts in significant time. So
you're saying we're going to be doing this again next year?
Could very well be.
Gotcha.
Don't be shocked. Haley Carruthers takes a foul, sending Kellen Johnson to the line to shoot 2.
That's a great shot right there with all those young ladies at the three-point line hugging and understanding how close they are, man. The journey that they've been on together for all of these years, and the summers, the weight rooms, the summer league games, all the travel that they've taken across the state, probably across the country to play in other states. And now they get a chance to just celebrate one more time together.
1 minute to go. They could still get a steal here and try to get an opportunity for Pippins to get a basket. You know that's what they're hoping for.
Yeah, man, you'd love to see that.
The subs are about to start coming in even more. There's a nice little leaner. Kiss off the window by Presley Ross. There are 5 new players getting set to check in. How long before Coach Johnson burns a timeout? There it is to get the rest of them in. See a wholesale change here.
Let everybody touch that floor, man. They all practice. They all spend the same amount of time in the gym, in the weight room. They win together. They lose together. The wins are great. The losses hurt together. So they absolutely deserve some time on the floor.
Logan Donahue, Lyric Perry, Peyton Nunn, Rhiannon Alexander, and Ayla Hines will check in as the happy tears and moments over on the Boonville sideline. There's the 5th team foul.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
Ross picks up her 4th. Now Alexander will shoot 2. First one's good. We would call those back in the day paper points if, you know,
that's right.
They still kept those. Now some more subs getting on the floor. Get a chance to say, hey, we were in the state championship game.
We did it. We got some floor time.
Because the jersey isn't tucked in, they're going to go, or no, they have.
We got to have
6
more.
players.
They had 6 players, yeah. If we got one of them has to check in for the shooter.
They'll fix it after the next free throw. One more for Alexander. Got St. Stanislaus and Quitman coming up next in 3A boys. Now they'll sub out the final individuals. So on the floor now for Boonville, Philpott, Pippins, Hampton, Shelley, and Lopez. Under a half minute to play. How about now for Bennett? Oh, just can't buy one. Rebound corralled by Hampton. Ball gets across the floor, down to 12 seconds. Extra passes, and the lay-in just missed by Alexa Lopez. That'll end it. Belmont, shot doesn't count, And your final score is Boonville 54, Belmont 31, as the Lady Blue Devils are able to do something that's done not a lot. They go back-to-back and win four of the last 5 state championships.
Man, to have the target on your back all year and to know that, like, if you don't make it to this moment, what we're seeing right now, that everyone will say it wasn't a successful season. That's pressure. For these young ladies to wake up every morning with that pressure, go to school all day, work out all night, practice all night, play games throughout the season, to get back to this point, they're true champions, man. Back-to-back, super impressive.
And we promise Coach Johnson, he is excited and he is happy, even though he's still stoic. Gold ball coming up next, along with all the other stuff that goes with the post-game celebration, all next on the
Visit
NFL.
www.treasury.ms.gov. Ole Miss. Build your legacy at Ole Miss by visiting admissions.olemiss.edu. And by My Best. Move further and faster to a better career and future. Visit skillupmississippi.com.
Welcome back. There's the unfortunate part of these championships. You have one winner and you have one team that falls short. There's the MVP, of course, to Miss Southward, Miss Basketball of 3A. And she gets to celebrate with her teammates. And a little bit, they'll get medallions, they'll get a banner, they'll get the road by C Spire, the schedule, they get to slap their logo on, and then, of course, the gold ball.
And you're going to have these memories that last a lifetime, man. Listen, whether you win or lose, you're going to have the memories. Like Belmont, even though they're feeling horrible right now, they're going to have great memories for this journey that they've been on. But when you win and you get to, like you said, you know, ride back on that bus, even though you got to drive 3 hours to get back home, you're going to have such a great time, man, talking about, you know, everything that went on to get to this point. Those smiles that you see, like, you're going to remember those faces. No matter how old they get, when they go on in life and become successful businessmen and women, like whatever that is for them, they're going to remember this moment, these young faces, these smiles, the innocence, like all of it, man. I hope they hang on to it for a lifetime because they absolutely deserve everything they're being given right now.
Coach Michael Smith earned his first coaching gig back in 2005-2006 at Boonville. Passion there, and issues arose. The girls program was left without a coach in 2013 and 14. He said he felt like he could do both and wanted a shot at it. And now 14 years later, he has not looked back. More than 760 wins, 10, now make it 11 MHSA state championships. And of course, the respect from everyone in the state of Mississippi.
Like how modest he was. I think I can do this. You think? You think? These two programs that he runs, the boys and girls, cream of the crop in 3A basketball.
There's that banner. The schedule gets the logo put on there. That'll go somewhere in the school. Got the Farm Bureau banner coming up here. Well, you know, their mottos go with the home team, and Boonville was the home team today.
How about that? How about that?
4 state titles in 5 years, Ray.
Man, I mean, it's impressive. It's impressive.
It's hard to win one.
It's hard to get here. Like, listen, I know we've talked about 43 state tournament appearances for Belmont, and then this program has 15, 16. Like, I get it. It is so impressive what they've done, but it's hard to get here. And to be able to do what they're doing right now, hold this banner up because you run the table, the odds of doing that are slim to none. And so the fact that they've done it year after year after year, and folks now consider them the gold standard of basketball, it says all that it needs to be about what this program is and what it's going to be moving forward, quite honestly.
What's crazy, too, is the people in Boonville, especially the boys and girls teams, they feel as though that they're one team. So this trophy is going to go to the girls.
Yep.
The boys are celebrating, too, because they know that Boonville is collecting some more hardware for that trophy case. Your 3A girls state champions are the Boonville Lady Blue Devils. Championship number 6, back-to-back. 4 out of the last 5 belong to Boonville. Congratulations again to Coach Smith and the Lady Blue Devils. For Ray Coleman and Matt Enfield, I'm Brian Eubanks saying so long for now. Our side set with Jake Wimberly is coming up next, and then 3A boys are on deck for the next coverage of the next game of our coverage here on the NFHS Network.